Hello everyone, welcome to Automation and BeamNG Drive. My name is Tim, and today we're going to be building something truly ridiculous, or just interesting to be honest. We're going to be building a NASCAR. That is what we're going to be building, a 60s styled NASCAR. Particularly, this is going to be based off of the 1969 Charger Daytona. We're of course going to make it aluminum, monocoque, corrosion-resistant steel, front longitudinal, McPherson strut, and for the rear suspension, I'm probably going to do double wishbone or something like that. Maybe torsion beam or semi-trailing arm. Yeah, double wishbone. And this is the engine. It's a 7-liter V8 pushrod, making almost 600 horsepower, about 430 pound-feet of torque, and it's going to go in this thing. And yeah, we're going to make sure this thing is high quality, big and large, just like the Charger Daytona. And yeah, okay, how long does the front end on this thing get? Goodness, it gets so long. And yeah, that doesn't exactly look like what I want. No, not that either. I want this thing to look pointy, but not like ridiculously pointy and stuff like that. That's what I want. I want it to, like, be, like, reasonable. Oh, I think that's a bit too high. That is probably a bit too high at this point. Yeah, let's extend the rear some. And, okay, how long? Wow, that is a long rear overhang. I think we can shorten that some. And, yeah, we're going to put more... Yeah, we're just... Now, this is just the body modifications. And, yeah... We're, of course, going to give it more wide fenders for it, because you want those giant tires on a car like this, especially when traction control didn't exist back then. And, yeah, we're going to make sure the hood and the trunk area are level in a height. And now we're going to do paint. My idea for paint was, like, a blue color, kind of. Like one of the original Charger Daytonas. Okay, that's not the right blue. Maybe that one? Okay, that looks like ceiling plaster. That's a bit too bright, so Heptatica or Heptica or whatever it's called. Yeah, that's what we're going to paint this car in. And you know what? I think it looks really good. And something I think we should give this thing gunnered everywhere. It's basically just darker stainless steel, essentially. That's literally what it is. Darker stainless steel, and this vehicle is already looking really good. The wheels, okay, I'm not sure about gunnered. Let's see what other options we have. Okay, that's not exactly the best. Ooh, turbo, which is gold. It's like a matte gold, kind of. Like semi-matte, and I think it looks pretty good. We have orange brake calipers, if we're even going to have those, because I don't even know what kind of brakes this has. And yeah, what we have so far is looking pretty good. Now let's do the rear wheel drive, manual 5-speed of course. Set the top speed pretty high. I'm not sure what this thing's top speed is going to be at all. Hopefully really, really high, like possibly 200. And if it can't hit 200, that's okay. This thing has like the aerodynamics of a brick. We'll give it radial or something like that. Now, we're going to give it cross-ply race tires. Specifically, either we're going to do soft or medium or possibly drag. And yeah, I chose soft. Okay, we're going to make the rear tires incredibly wide. Front tires are also incredibly wide, solely for steering stability. And yeah, we can't give this thing way too big tires. I don't exactly know how I feel about those. They feel a little big to me. Like a little too big. So, yeah, let's just make it so that these are more spaced out, kind of, so they actually line up with the fenders, and the fenders aren't just like 6 inches out from the wheels, because that would look terrible. Yeah, that's looking a bit better right there. And vented disc. I did not know this had vented disc, but okay. Now, for the rear, we're also going to do vented disc with race brakes and stuff like that. I'll do semi-clad, 100% airflow. We need to feed the V8. And let's see, one seat. One seat is all this is going to have. No one has ever brought a passenger in a NASCAR, except for, like, in fiction or something like that. We're going to do hydraulic ball steering. We're also going to do standard 70s safety. We're going to make it heavier and stuff like that. Standard twin tube progressive, and I don't know. We're probably going to do just the race setting for the presets or something like that for the suspension. And we sold one single unit. One. That is what we did. Double whammy alert! Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention that I actually made 2 cars for this video. Yeah, 2. Think about that. This video was originally gonna have a Uno Musso V12 in it, which would be like the successor to the Uno Musso, which is one of my most popular cars. But I decided against that, and yeah, basically, we're doing 2 cars. As you can see on my NASCAR, I'm putting a silver racing stripe down the center of it, because I think that's really cool. And, okay, yeah, I chose these headlights. We're going to mount them vertically, because I kind of think that's pretty neat, to be honest. And yeah, with the Uno Musso, we're adjusting the headlights, and for our NASCAR, I kind of want, like, BMW Z8 grills, kind of. And, yeah, the hood. Okay, air vents aren't exactly the best thing. So I'm going to put these little subtle chrome ones. And, of course, I'm going to do an engine air exit so that the engine doesn't just build up air pressure. The Uno Musso is getting a gas cap for the first time ever. And yeah, that side vent on the Uno Musso, I'm trying to figure out what the best option for it would be. And yeah, now that I think about it, I think just the regular thing would be just the best option, to be honest. It looks like the proper era design. And yeah, I'm just modifying the backlights on the Uno Musso, and I'm building the interior for the NASCAR. And it's going to be center seated, just like a McLaren F1, because I personally think that's a really cool idea. Okay, for the NASCAR, it's of course going to have a center seat, because thing is, you want the car to be equal width on both sides. You don't want it to be too wide on one side and to give, like, a weird perspective. That's why, like, Formula 1 cars are center seated and stuff like that. Yeah, we're going to adjust the badge on the Uno Musso. We took a sneak peek of its gold engine, and now we're going to paint the Uno Musso blue. Particularly, we're going to paint it in the wolf color or whatever it's called. I'm not even sure at this point. I have so many different shades of the same color that it's genuinely ridiculous. And yeah, with the NASCAR, we're putting in our interior stuff, and we're even putting a little driver camera in here, because it needs it. We're also putting a fire extinguisher, some gas caps, and I was thinking about putting ads and decals on it, and then I realized, I don't really like it that much. I don't like the ads or the decals on it that much. So yeah, I'm probably going to take them off or something like that. But I do at least want a big number ball on the side of this car. A ball that shows, like, what number this thing is. Yeah, it's going to have the name, and I was going to call it Rulangadio, which is a really long word I made up. But then I decided, nah, not Aero Reaper. I'd like to save that name for an airplane. No, not Luca Nemo, not Lucy. Geronimo! That's right. The Geronimo 427 is what this thing is. That is what it's going to be called, and I'm going to keep that name forever. Because, seriously, this is the complete thing right here. Thing is, not that much advertising on it, but also this thing is designed to be clean. It has a ball with the number 2716 on the side. It has the name Geronimo on it, because, well, that's a cool name. If you're driving this car, you shout, Geronimo! And now, we're in BeamNG Drive, racing against our Turbine Thrasher for the first drag strip. Unfortunately, the Geronimo doesn't sound as good as I thought. I thought it would sound like the Uno Musso and be all deep and rumbly and stuff like that, but no. It sounds awfully smooth for being a pushrod. I think that, there wasn't that... I don't know. We were almost 4 whole seconds slower than them, and yeah, I think it's safe to say that we lost big time. Anyway, on to the next racer. which is the Grusho Hada. It's a V10, no roof, no windshield coupe that I designed. Kind of like my version of the Ferrari SP2 Monza, or 2SP, I'm not sure. But here we go. Yeah, they're winning. Probably because their car has modern technology, ours does not. And, yeah, this is still a pretty good NASCAR, though. And, yeah, they were about, I don't know how much faster they were. They were decently faster, though. And now, let's try it against our race car, our T10 race car that I raced around the Nürburgring that one time. And you know what? This thing right here, it's probably gonna beat us, because that vehicle weighs next to nothing. It has a 700 horsepower V10 that revs to 12,000, and let's go! Oh my, yeah, we did not have that good of a start, and let's see, I'm just curious what time they'll get, because I know we'll get like an 11-second or something like that. No way. I think their time is actually faster than the Demon 170. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, that is insane. And now, we're gonna race against the original Musso. Probably the best-sounding vehicle I've ever made in all of automation and BeamNG Drive. Like, seriously, that is probably the best-sounding vehicle I've made. And let's go, I'm excited, and let's go! Yeah, they're slow, and they're definitely not keeping up with us well. Yeah, having 100 horsepower is good for, like, the back roads, because you can't really overdo it, but 100 horsepower in the drag strip is nothing. You see, they got a 16-second quarter mile. We got a little under 11. And now this is the V12 Musso. Doesn't sound anywhere near as good as the original, but hopefully this one does better than the original by like a decent amount. I really hope it does, because if that thing fails us, okay, it looks like they're gonna fail us, because we're already at like almost 100 right now. We're at 100 now, and oh my, I hope they at least go above 90 for their trap speed. And let's see, oh, they went 101 for their trap speed, nice! And a 14.78 second. Now, this right here is the Monstro vehicle for Group B or something like that. It has an 8.5 liter inline 6, makes about 900 horsepower, and yeah, I think it was safe to say that we were gonna lose, even though that thing weighs like almost, I want to say like 2.5 times more than us. Yeah, and that was probably the closest vehicle to this, the closest equivalent, or the closest rival, that was actually fair. And now, let's go somewhere special. Now, this right here is this is a map that I downloaded from the BeamNG Drive mod place, and this right here is basically a big NASCAR testing ground, playground thing. And now, let's go into the racetrack with our Geronimo. And I'll say this thing does actually handle kinda well. And this is basically just to prove to the Europeans that we can go into corners. Nah, that's actually going to be the next section. But this right here, it's to prove to the Americans that this is worthy of being a NASCAR. This is absolutely worthy of being one of our cool cars. I think it is a wonderful piece of machinery. And you know what? Let's see. On the inside, we're going almost 160. Yeah, right now we're doing really, really well. Almost 170 right now. And this thing handles like a dream on like long banked turns and stuff like that. It's easy to control. It sticks to the ground. It is so much easier to control than like basically any of my vehicles with more power. I think the only vehicle with more power that's easier to control is the Mordwagen. And that thing is like 1900 horsepower, but it also has the new tires. And yeah, as you saw like 15 seconds ago, we just passed that lap, and we're doing pretty darn good in this thing. We're just racing along like nothing is going on, nothing's wrong. Well, we just hit into a wall, so there is something wrong. The steering's probably messed up now, but at least let's gain some speed back. And you know what? I think that we should at least drive this thing in like third person at some point, because some reason it always changed the way the thing sounds. Okay, it kind of changed the sound, but not really. Thing is, with the turbine thrasher, if you drive it in third person, that thing will just straight up sound like a Formula 1 car. If you like hear it in the distance or something like that, it'll sound like a slightly different, it'll sound like slightly different Formula 1 car, but we just lost a tire, and that is not good. We cannot steer properly. And you know what? That ramp thing right there, how about we go to the very top of it? Because I'm really curious on just how fast we can get this thing to go from up there. We crossed the second line for our second lap, and now let's transition. And now, let's go. Okay, up here is, well, of course, the top of the ramp. There's a floating aircraft carrier for some reason. And you know what? I think that we should now just, let's see, should we go now? Okay, I want to do that so we can build up enough power to do a burnout. And yeah, this thing isn't perfect at doing them, but it is it's actually still pretty loud on the inside, so the engine's definitely doing its job. And why are there ramps here? Why? 216, 217. We just hit 200. 235. Oh my. Okay, I'm back. We restarted at 100 miles per hour. We went 235 miles per hour. That was probably wheel speed, but still, can this vehicle go over 200 though? Okay, probably not really, because it went like 199, but struggled anything past that. And okay, we're starting up again. That is our second restart for this whole ramp track thing. And we'll make sure to avoid the other thing. Particularly, we'll avoid the ramps on the side that will just launch us up. Because no, I want to go down like the big ramp. The big one is a truly special ramp that we need to go down. Okay, we're at over 190. We're at 200, 201. Okay, and blast off! Hiya! King of the sky. He's flying too fast and he's flying too high. Cool transition! Now, we're going to do a top speed run right now to see, like, what this thing's unopposed top speed is when it's not being, like, manipulated by going down a hill. We're already at, like, 130, which is really good, especially for something from 1969. And let me say this, it might not be as fast as the Daytona Charger. It might not be. But even if it isn't, I don't care. I think this car is really cool. That's the thing about it. I think this car is really cool, and probably not as cool as the actual Daytona Charger, but this car is still really cool. Okay, we're at 175. Okay, 25 more. Okay, 24, 23. Okay, can we get 180? Can we get 180? Because if we can't, I'm gonna be sad. We just did. We got 181, 182. Oh, can we get like 185? Can we reach 185? I'm begging that we can. Okay, we're at 184 already. Okay, can we reach it? Can we reach it? Please, please, please! Yes, 185. Can we reach 186? Can we? Can we reach 186? Can we? Can we? We did. We're at 186, and I'm not sure if we can go to 187 or anything like that. We might be at top speed right now. We're not in 5th gear, because I think that's like more of like I don't know why we're not in 5th gear. I think it slows down if you go into 5th gear. Oh, it does. Yeah, that's why it's not in 5th gear. And yeah, this vehicle right here, let's just do a little spin out, and it is barely making smoke. It was just stuck on the ground. And now, let's go to the mountain roads. Now, this test right here is to prove to the Europeans who think, haha, NASCAR can't take corners. We're gonna prove them wrong. And this map right here is another download map from the game itself. And basically, my mouse cursor, we just showed the path of where we're gonna go. And yeah, that's basically what we're gonna do. We're gonna prove that NASCAR can be driven in the mountains. That is what we're gonna be doing, because I'm tired of all those stereotypes that NASCAR only knows how to turn left on a banked turn. Because, seriously, did they see Le Mans last year? A NASCAR was faster than a Ferrari race car. That is something that they should keep in mind. Like, this thing is clearly not playing around, and NASCAR in general isn't playing around, because, yeah, also, this map is just beautiful right now. It's like the Norwegian coast with all the fjords and stuff like that. And oh, we do not want to crash into those. That would be pretty bad, because I don't know if those things can, I don't know if those things count as, like, crashable objects, and yeah. Our interior view is actually pretty good right now. I'd say we actually have really, we have really good visibility in here on, like, the Camaro, but yeah, this thing is just wonderful. Okay, and okay, we cannot go too fast around, like, little bumps or hills, because this vehicle will go flying, since it weighs, like, I want to say, like, 3,000 pounds, and that's it. And yeah, okay. Now, we're gonna be reaching a certain point at some point where we just have to do, like, zigzags. It kind of reminds me of that World's Fastest Popemobile video, where we took that thing up Stelvio's Pass, and we're not there yet. Okay, we're gonna get there soon. But yeah, basically there's gonna be a bunch of tight turns this thing is gonna have to take. And so far, I have not had to reset the vehicle even once. Unlike the Popemobile Turbine Thrasher, which I had to reset that thing's position a little over 200 times. And yeah, that thing flipped over once. So yeah, this thing right here, it is okay. We don't want to spin out. That would be absolutely horrible, because this thing is, like, irreplaceable, since we only made one according to automation. And yeah, I just cannot stress enough, this map is beautiful in, like, a serene, quiet way. Like, these roads right here are also really pleasant. I'm probably going to feature this map in, like, more videos, along with that racetrack map that I showed you earlier, because these are some really cool maps, in my opinion. And yeah, there's plenty of places to go. You could test your off-roading here if you really want. And also, looks like there's plenty of places to end a video if necessary, because there are so many bodies of water in this map. It's lovely. Right there's a pretty big body of water. If I wanted, I could end the video right now by just driving into that. But no, I don't want to. There's gonna be a special place we're gonna go to. It's nearby that giant satellite dish in the distance. I'm not sure how many there are. There might be 2, I'm not sure. And yeah, currently we're doing pretty good on this country road, on the side of a mountain, and I love this. If I could live somewhere, anywhere in BeamNG Drive, this would probably be a candidate for if I wanted to be alone. Like, I would just build a cabin in one of these mountains or something like that. I'd probably build it nearby the satellite dishes and stuff like that so I could still post videos, but that's basically all for this map, and just why I'd like to live here. Otherwise, it's pretty lonely. And yeah, I like that there's a little tunnel there. It's pretty nice. Okay, we cannot hit the rocks. We cannot hit the rocks. Okay, let's speed up some. Let's do that. Okay. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, 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 oh no, 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 oh no, oh, that is not good. Okay, we're unstuck now, and yeah, let's just keep going up, because that is the only direction we should be going right now. And just, I think this car sounds good when it's given opportunities to accelerate and decelerate. And let's see. Yep, I was corrected. There are 2 satellite dishes. There's lots of them, and let me just say this. Those are massive satellite dishes. They're like trying to communicate with like Voyager 1 and 2. And here it is, our Unomuso V12. And it's in its glory. And it's not as good sounding glory, but in its design glory. I feel like it has some slight advantage, and oh my, this thing struggles with traction. Probably should have made this thing like a 4x4 or something like that, because seriously, 200 horsepower on 1946 tires is genuinely insane and just ridiculous. Like, this thing is struggling to go up the hill. In fact, that section where I was going up the hill was actually sped up slightly because of just how long it was taking to get up this hill. And yeah, this thing definitely does not handle as good as the regular Unomuso. Like, I don't think the regular one would spin out or sway like that, even if you were going down like a sharp corner. Like, that thing would stay still because it is like the perfect amount of power. And if I were to build any of the cars from automation in real life, the Unomuso would definitely be one of them. It would be a candidate for that, and that's a lovely view. And also, I'm tired of driving this vehicle, so I'm gonna get rid of it. The fish can deal with it, because I personally think they would like this vehicle. It has leather, it has wood, it has metal, all sorts of stuff that fish would probably like chewing on. And oh, we are definitely dead. Oh my. Oh, wow, this thing is receiving tons of damage. Anyway, that's all. Bye! Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna end the video there. We have to end it for both of these cars, especially our NASCAR, which, oh my. I kind of want to take it on the grass just to see its off-roading capabilities, which are probably terrible. But yeah, hopefully it isn't so bad that I need to like completely respawn the car somewhere else. Okay, it can climb the hill, which is pretty good, and it's not the best in grass, but hey, at least it can actually, you know, do that. That alone is more off-roading than every Jeep on Earth has done in like the past 10 years combined. Like, seriously. And, okay, we don't want to go down that corner, so let's slow down. And, yeah, I do really like this mountain. I might take the 4S Beach a Hish around here at some point, maybe. That's just a consideration, though. And, well, I'm just looking for a good place to end the video. Now, there is a big pond, but also I think there's a little pond as well. I'm gonna go into whichever one's easier to jump into and doesn't have like a bunch of rocks around the side of. And yep, there's the big pond right there, and we missed our opportunity. Anyway, small pond